All right, hello and welcome. It's been a hot minute since our last run, so let's go for it. Solo challenge, playing with the colonies expansion. Oh, I actually have my Jupiter Moons shirt. It has all the different moons and some cool stuff about them. Um, anyway, so what are we thinking here? Robinson Pharma Union. We've kind of seen these ones a couple of times in our last runs, but let's have a look. Maybe we have some science or some microbes. Mining colony is exciting to start with. We love a colony. Tectonic stress power makes it easier to travel and trade if we had some science tags. There's also just power generation that you could go for. $25 off of a card works for something like Beam from a thorium as well. Though, you gotta ask yourself, right? This extra 3 energy production, if we had the tag, the extra 3 heat production, how much more is the cost versus, like, power generation? Right? Because Eccentric Sponsor gives you $25 off, but it would still be $7 plus the card cost. So are you willing to pay $10 to upgrade this Prelude to be basically these two combined? And I'd say that's a pretty good trade. Sulfur-eating bacteria opens up a lot of potential here, but the colonies aren't quite right. There's no microbe colony in the game. There is Triton, which is interesting. That's why something like mining colony then leans into something like big asteroid and stuff. There's no science tag here, right? We are going to get one, presumably, from Pharma Union. And we could put our colony onto Pluto. Instead of going to Miranda, because we have no animals, we go somewhere else. You could just take the production. Maybe that's a weird way to go around this. You grab a couple of microbe cards so that you can go after the microbes. And then some titanium. I don't know. This is probably fine. Let's see what the science tag we get is. Iosulfur research. Interesting. I think we go with the mining colony. Venus bumps are great for us for sulfur eating. And I could get this plant income. It does hurt us in terms of making plague, so it costs us extra. So I'm going to hold on to it for a turn. We do want to play it when we're at exactly like $6 so that we don't... Ooh, science tag. Yes. So that we get the maximum benefit out of our colony without having to pay the extra $4. So each of these science tags is a tag towards getting this energy, which is less important than playing sulfur eating. I wonder though, 6 plus 16, like we almost can do this perfectly. Trade 3 energy. Do we do 3 energy? For 2 cards in a card cycle? Probably. Let's see what we get. Bribe Committee, Snow Algae, Corroder. Probably get rid of the Snow Algae in there. Yeah, what are we thinking here? I think that I love the idea of this. Now, the question is, how do I find $2 for sulfur eating? Bribe Committee, I actually like it a lot, but I could see selling it. Corroder Suits works out really well because it comes with a microbe as well. Archaeobacteria is another microbe card that we like. I don't mind import from Venus, but maybe it's not what I need. Like, the tempo of getting sulfur eating this turn is just so good. Do I not need the energy? I really don't want to sell an energy card. I need to sell 2 cards here. Probably the bribe committee. We can get to 63 TR. We'll find a way. And maybe the Archaea bacteria. It's a little bit sad to see it go, but wasn't it great while we had it? Okay, awesome. So now we have $3 worth of microbes coming in per turn. We're going to have the temperature start clocking up. Spaceport colony. All of this is great. A second fleet. The ability to get animals based on science tags. I mean, it's just so expensive to go after this. The other question is, if I had science tags, I would love getting the self-replicating robots and start replicating the spaceport colony. But I don't have enough money, and the colonies board is not really going to pay out that high. 2 titanium right now isn't super great. I can still take these cards. And then just corroder suits. Because this is going to make a microbe. Corroder suits is going to give us a Venus tag and an extra microbe. So that's good money. That gives us an extra $9 next round if we need it. Getting this heat income would be great, but I actually don't have enough heat, even if I don't trade. So I may as well trade. Again, 2 cards and a card cycle is probably better than 2 titanium right now. We just really need to look for the cards that are going to matter most. And it's not power grid, or basically we picked up a bunch of trash, which sucks. But it is what it is. Our money income being at 0 is a little tricky right now. Let's do one more round of oxygen. I could have grabbed something else, but that felt right. Space hotels and a mine are pretty easy to go for. The space hotels only works if I have Earth, though, and I don't. The mine is really consistent, so I think we take that. It's Gen 4, so we still have time to talk about things. This is 3 titanium now. 3 energy for 3 titanium, I think, is pretty good, I would say. I would argue. Spaceport colony could be played right now, but it doesn't give us that much benefit, quite frankly. So import from Venus is looking good, and so is Big Asteroid. Probably the import from Venus. This is really strong in terms of just having the productions. Plus the extra card draw. I could sell microbes, but I think it makes sense just to buy the mine and get another microbe. So that means that we have, what, $12 built up now? And 3 plagues that we can cleanse, and we have the science tags for it. I don't know, this is feeling okay. Let's just say that. That was a Gen 4. I mean, the Gen 4 audit is going to tell you that our economy is quite weak, but we have some upside, and look at that, we have some discounts and even some science to chase here. So I think that means we go in on science, right? It's gonna take a second to play all the tags. What are the colonies saying? 5 plants right now is probably a great time to cash out. We could wait until next gen, though. Next gen, this would be 3 cards instead of 2. So we can trade here next. Now or there. I don't know. I think we want to keep Pluto resetting. Moho Lake, Air Raid. Moho Lake is actually really strong right now. If I could only play it. It's very expensive, but it comes with an extra $3 per turn worth of microbes that could be 1 point animals later. Plus it does all the terraforming that I wanted it to do. Let's do the research. That's going to cleanse a couple of plagues. Arctic algae. Good to know. Good to know. Again, I want to get up to mass converter. I have 2 science tags played now. This would be 4 and 4, rather 3 and 4. A fifth would have to be sulfur research, so it's quite expensive to get there, and that's if I'm not playing anything else. So the extra microbes wouldn't help us close the gap this turn. We have Arctic algae, so we don't want the government to give us any more oceans until we have that played, so we got a heat bump. Honestly, we just take nothing. We need to get those cards played. So bump that. This turn we have to trade for 6 plants. We can get that colony reset. Arctic algae looking mighty fine. Sulfur research also looking nice. We need another Jovian or Venus first. Let's get a quick card draw perhaps. Small asteroid. Again, every one of these science tags is like a TR for us, but I can't get all the way, right? Like this 6, like this would be $17. Even if I had $15 more for my microbes, that only gets me these 2 cards, and then I still need mass converter. So next turn I'm going to get to mass converter. The question is if this turn I go for the Arctic algae. And I think I do. It'll get me a free greenery next turn. Just from me giving the government giving us an ocean. And I have no plague. So if I play this right now, I cleanse the plague. Which is good because it gives us a whole bunch of payout. But I'd rather wait and see if I can get another microbe card played. We're kind of playing slow, but we have upside. Another ocean. Another ocean. We're feeling okay. No microbe tags. It's probably not too bad to get production and some energy. It gives us a different science tag to chase, you know? And where... 2 titanium or some extra cards. I guess we just keep trading for the cards. I can't say we're hitting it at optimal times, but we are doing things. All right, topsoil contract. Okay. Martian survey. I mean, I could pretty well play it for free if I just indenture. But I could indenture for a lot of things, and I think I have enough card draw. So science tag, and that flips our company. 4 science played. We get you to play this one for cheap. Then mass converter. We should cash this out. I feel like we have a lot of things that we can play now. So $18 more. We definitely have the steel for energy. Look at our energy, man. It's crazy. I should not have bought those extra energy cards. I forgot mass converter was actually going to be playable after so many turns of it not being playable. I really I took the money, but I'm like, actually, what do I do? Maybe I do this after all. Lunar exports would have been good. $7 left. Give me some more cards. Trade envoys. Yes. Air scraping I don't care as much for, but pluses to trade look really good for us. Especially if I do get that second fleet, which means I really should get on Triton. Heavy taxation. I think I can play this stuff. 12 heat. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Okay. So I want better trades. I think I want a colony onto Triton, which I have to buy manually. And then from here, I buy a spaceport colony onto Triton. And then when we trade for energy, we're going to get 6 titanium. And then I can trade again for energy. And again, I could go for plants, but I think for now we're still going for cards. Yeah, a whole bunch of crap. Okay. So lunar exports, I overpay, and we take the money. Heavy taxation and stuff. It's all 2 earth tags, right? And we just have our first. I didn't actually play topsoil contract yet. That's why. Okay, well, then we play this. And honestly, fine. I'll play you as well. And get a microbe. Hopefully, all this extra titanium will lead to something. That's kind of the gamble that we've just taken. We should have the government give us an ocean because we get benefits for that. Antigrav, Olympus Conference. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I can't imagine, but let's trade here just to see if we get Earth Office. We didn't, so boom. Antigrav, love Antigrav, plus some card draw to go with it. Now, topsoil contract, heavy taxation. And I think do we steal for steel? I feel like we're going to have enough titanium. I could still trade with the plants, but 5 titanium feels pretty good. We put a bunch of it in here. I mean, the heat is like the only thing I feel like we have a really good control on. And unfortunately, it's what the game is giving me resources to do more of. Which is kind of bad. Kind of bad. Still, let's move along here. Let's see what the draft gives us. We have a couple other card draw things to do. We're going into Gen 10, so it's time to start like terraforming like crazy. This kind of gets us there, though. Geez, even Immigrant City helps us move around. We might want to start with like a Moho Lake, but yeah, start with the Moho Lake. Yeah, that was pretty sick. Then we have a bunch of trading to do. We're going to continue grabbing the titanium. We're going to continue grabbing the plants. Going to get more microbes for money. Not too many synergies there, unfortunately. At least not as many as we wished for. That goes there. This goes here. It feels late for Luna Metropolis, but I think you just play it, you get the points, you get the income. I definitely don't need the lava. I want a plant. But I'm not allowed to get it through the means that I want. So instead we're going to go here and go for like a card draw. I do not want to get a plant from this placement. But I do. But I don't. I think I just want cards. Cards, cards, cards. Cards. Yes. Yes. Cards. How many science tags do I have anyway? 10. So if I could get one more or a wild tag, Solar Probe would be at 12. That'd be 4 cards. May as well get a little bit more energy coming in. Alright, let's be believers. We need a lot of plants. Thankfully, that colony is in play. We need a ton of Venus bumps. None of this is anything. Unfortunately, plants is down to 1. So we should be trading for cards. I just want to make sure we're trading correctly here. Getting some ocean is nice. I'm looking at subcrust as more card draw that's very expensive, but maybe it's worth it. It's probably not worth it, but it is a science tag, which gives me a card draw. It gives me a card draw, and then when I play Solar Probe here, I get the extra card there as well. So that like is a lot of things. Now we actually did get some hits here. Strip Mine gives me oxygen, Convoy from Europa, Towing a Comet, like all of that's really strong. Then we have the titanium to actually do it, and we have Arctic Algae to combo on. So like, yeah, what's not to love, dude? Stay with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. I mean, there's still more that I would like to have. Namely Venus. That's the big thing. And whether there's any benefit to having Venus floaters, which right now there hasn't been any. It feels really frivolous to go air scraping here just to get value from the floaters. The problem is that like I get 2 floaters there from Atmoscoop, and then I would get 2 more from Nitrogen Rich, and that would basically lock up my 63 TR goal, and I don't actually think we're going to terraform the whole planet. So given that we're kind of on the back foot, I am going to lean into this. Even though it's kind of a bad move, but I like it. I like it. We need 2 more oceans. We need a lot of Venus. Give me a solar net real quick, why don't you? Extremophiles? Yes. I'll take that for a plant, even though a microbe is worth $1, and that'll give me more money on my microbe card. I mean, is there something here? Like, how do I... Oh, business contacts. There we go. This uses titanium, but it doesn't really matter. I get money back, better money on other things. I guess with the discount, it all of a sudden makes sense. Sure. So we play the discount. We cash out. It's a decent amount of money, actually. And cashing out means... get 5 more income. How many building tags do we have? 9. So this would give us $5 back. For $11, I get a point. It's really not. It's really not it, man. We need to terraform. I'm just wondering if like the water splitting is worth it, or if you would just strip mine. It does kind of like we kind of want that energy to come into heat. Yeah, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with all this. It did not work out the way I wished it to. I wanted that to be my open city, but maybe that's too greedy as well. Give me a Venus bump. Right. Right. And then here. Protected Valley. Nah, you just have to get better card draw than that. Potatoes gives you like a plant back. Yeah, this is kind of nothing. And we only have $80, so we actually need to hit. We can grab some microbes. We can trade for, I mean, 2 more cards. What does a colony ship give me? It gives me like an extra plant. Because I could put it here. It also gives me an extra point. Could put it here and then trade for 4 plants. And then the oceans get me the rest of the way. There's a lot of humming right now. And then the other question is, like, am I actually just trying to win this? Or do I not worry about it so much? Do I just grab the 63 TR? Because again, like, nitrogen from Titan does a lot there for us. Sulfur Research also gives us a lot of cards if we think that there are cards left, like the triple Venus bump. So you know what? Let's gamble and grab points. Gamble points, right? Like just always gamble. I mean, look, just a cheap ocean already does a lot. We need to grab another card though. Always be gambling. Comet. That pretty much settles the trade debate. I think you have to get the titanium now. So the Comet gets us the last heat bump that we were kind of lacking. Gives us the last ocean. I still don't think this is enough. Again, I'm looking at strip mine. Boom, you get a lot of the terraforming. I'm looking for how do I get a couple of plants. You know, trees technically gets us there, plus it's bonus plants for the next phase, but like who cares? It's not efficient, it's not fun. I could try for what else though? I think the open city gets us there. Right there. So you strip mine? And then you open city? I mean, that was kind of ridiculous. Ridiculous. And then again, it's are you going to be able to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Venus bumps? Even if they were only $10 a pop, I would barely afford it, but they're $12 and then a little more. But I have sulfur eating at 3. Like, is there actually a way? Like, this whole time I keep thinking we just get all our points in TR, but like... Is there a way? Am I just a non-believer? This is insane. This is like... This isn't even happening right now. I mean, that's a really cheap point. Just for the sake of argument. Really cheap 2 points. Yeah, I could sell all of my cards and I could afford it. That's crazy. And even though I have 2 titanium, I mean, this is 4 points, right? It's a point, 2 TR, and then 2 floaters with another TR. But yeah, let's just go for the trifecta. How do you not? And then you keep the Sub-Zero Salt Fish, because you can enhance it for 1/2 point right away, and then tap it for the full point. Oh no, no. I thought I already clicked this button. I'm trolling. I'm actually trolling. This button for 15 bucks before I play Sub-Zero Salt Fish gives me a $3 rebate, and then I play the fish. But I just brained out and didn't click the button. So if you want, you can assume that we have 1 more TR and 1 more point at the end of this, and that this is a potentially trifecta, given that we have 22 points on cards. You can believe that. That's unofficial. Officially, we just lost. We should have 1 more TR and 1 more point and call this a trifecta. I'm going to call it a trifecta. But I clicked the buttons in the wrong order at the very end because I got a little tired. After playing poorly, being disappointed, and still landing on a trifecta because I got standard technology. But did I land on a trifecta? You know, again, 63 TR, full terraform, 102 points. Did we full terraform? We certainly have the points and the TR even without the extra bump. But this is icky. Sorry for being tired, guys. I'm just so sorry. I'll see you next time, Jeff, for now.